Hey there, fellow readers, Mrs. Weidman here, and today we're going to be talking about the incredibly profound and deeply moving story Tig by Heather Smith, a great realistic fiction story for anybody that's looking for really well thought out characters who are going through some hard times and are just trying to find their place in the universe. So this book is about a girl, and her name is Tig. That's not her real name, but that's what everybody calls her, because when she was a baby, she had so much energy, she would just bounce around like a little Tigger, right? And then Tig kind of just stuck. Right. Well, unfortunately, Tig and Peter, her brother, have been living on their own for the past couple of months because their mom, who has some really big challenges in her life, and is a single mother, right, with a new boyfriend, has actually just abandoned Tig and Peter, right? She left them kind of in the middle of the night to fend for themselves. And so Tig and Peter are just sort of pretending to get by. They go to school and they find food in the dumpsters, and they're really just trying to pretend that everything is okay when everything is really not okay, right? They're going through incredibly, incredibly difficult times, just the two of them together. Well, then one night something happens, right? The police come into their house and they discover that Tig and Peter are there all by themselves, right? So they bring them to the police station, and then that night, Tig's Uncle Manny and Uncle Scott come and basically adopt Tig and Peter into their lives. They bring them to their home, which is what Tig calls a picture perfect, pretty postcard of a fake place, right? And Tig and Peter are at first really just reluctant. They've gone through this trauma. They don't want to fit in. They decide they're going to make life messy again, right? So they bite and they kick and they scratch. And even though Uncle Manny and Uncle Scott are trying so hard, right, to have a home for Tig and Peter really have to decide, hey, is this what we want? Is this past something we can overcome? And can we be a family with Scott and Manny? Or should we hold out in the hopes that maybe one day our mother will return and get us? So if you're looking for a deeply moving story about two kids who face some real world, real challenging problems in their life, then I highly recommend Tig as a great next book for you. See you online soon.